Hey folks, welcome to Super Stock Bros. My name is Ace, and today we're going to be talking about the green plays and how you can profit from the new environmental bills that Biden and the administration will release. Stay tuned. All right, Super Stock Bros, we're going to keep this one short and sweet. Just to sum up what's going on in the market today, we're still talking about that bank crisis that's happening. It's the margin crisis. Credit Suisse is getting hit really hard. The other banks claim that they have very limited exposure or no exposure at all, but we'll see what happens with that. Banks will be hit hard. If you are a bank holder, just hold it for the long term. It's probably not going to be affected, and worst case scenario, they're probably going to get a bailout just like in 2008. So whatever, keep that on hold. But it's up to you whether you have your stop losses in and everything like that if you want to get out. But the other thing we need to talk about are taxes and the energy or environmental bill that could be coming out with the Biden administration announcement. Okay, so taxes, of course, they're not going to be too great for a lot of American companies, including Amazon and Facebook. So watch out for this to hit some of those companies pretty hard, but it might be short term. It could go into the long term. So just be aware of that. The second thing, which is the thing that we can actually capitalize on more, is the environmental announcements, whatever kind of incentives they have going on in that market. So my green plays are, and this aligns with some of the other YouTubers out there, but mostly I'm looking at Tesla and NIO because these are the I would say they're the more safer or conservative stocks. NIO is especially great because they won't get hit by the taxes as much as the other American stocks. But I do know that NIO is trying to move into North America. That's probably a few years out, but they won't be affected too much by that. However, they might actually be helped by the energy bill that's going on. We'll see what happens. Also, NIO has some great news going into Europe. So, I mean, of course, China and Europe and basically most of the countries around the world are supporting environmental causes, and NIO is going to benefit greatly off of that, even if they don't care about the American environmental stuff, which, I mean, they probably will. It's a great opportunity to get into the North American market. But NIO is great. Tesla, of course, is great. At this price, I like to get them at like around 600. So I'm thinking, for Tesla, buy anything below 600, or if you can afford the extra few dollars, then just buy it now. My target for Tesla, we're looking at about 3,000 in 2025. It's a long ways out, but this is, very forward-looking stock. I like it for the long term, especially when they come out with the robo-taxis and everything like that. So that's going to be huge, and I'm waiting for those announcements anxiously, and I have a bunch of their shares. So still piling on more as the stock decreases, dollar cost averaging down. And the same thing applies for NIO. Long-term player, they're basically taking over China, and they're supported by the Chinese government, installing their battery stations everywhere for the swap stations, as well as basically getting a huge foothold over the Chinese economy. So that's a big one. For the more speculative plays, these plays I am not in. However, you can look at Workhorse, GEVO, Plug, and Sol yesterday, or I should say today. They went up huge, and they've already come back a little bit from the lows. However, as you can see, they still have a way to go. So, I mean, if you look at the 1 month chart, it's down pretty heavily since then. Like, let's look at Sol, for example. If you look at the 1 month, yeah, there's about 30% upside from there. But this is talking about, like, the highs for which they could get back up there. Who knows? I mean, that's massive. This is when the bull market was at its peak. But who knows? With Sol, you get big high highs as well as volatility coming in for the low lows. So just keep an eye on that. And the same thing applies to Workhorse. Of course, they actually have that government deal that fell through, and that's why they tanked so hard, unfortunately, for all the shareholders out there. However, I do believe that they can make a comeback in the long run, especially if they prove their longevity. GEVO as well, same thing as Sol, another one of those YouTuber stocks that are mentioned quite often, and did have very high highs, and then it came back down. And so, you're looking at about 100% upside there. And then finally, you have Plug, right? Plug has been one of the big ones as well. It does have like about 100% upside from the top of the bull market. Who knows if it'll get back there? But again, there is some upside, and that actually could be helped propelled forward using that environmental bill that is definitely going to come out, or at least some incentives, maybe with the Biden announcement tomorrow. So just keep an eye on that. So hopefully you're all in the players already and you had a chance to buy during the dip. I bought a little bit. I wish I got a little bit more, to be honest with you. But just look forward ahead, because now we're actually thinking about what this administration can actually do in terms of providing support for the causes that matter, including climate change. So you might get money flowing into these green companies. So those are your green plays, and we'll keep an eye to see if there are any great option plays available for any of these. For example, post them in the Discord chat, or I'll make an emergency video if I see something really, really good. Okay, so that's it for me today, Stock Bros, and let's make those gains.